Hey guys, Coach Mate here. Welcome to my channel where I share tips on nutrition, training, and ultimately how to take your physique to the next level. Alright, so if that's something you're interested in learning more about, make sure to subscribe to my channel. So hit that subscribe button right now if you'd like to hear more about training and nutrition. But let's get right into this video. So today, I want to talk to you guys about 5 things that you should definitely know if you're looking to enter a men's physique competition. Make sure you're listening for all these tips because they're really important, and these are things that I didn't know about myself when I first started competing, so make sure you stay tuned for all 5 tips. Okay, so at number 1, by a mile, the single question I was asked the most when I first started to compete and win shows was, how much money did you make? And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you make absolutely zero money from competing in the amateur ranks. So what that means is, if you have not turned pro, which if you're watching this video, you probably have not turned pro, you're probably still in the amateurs, then there is zero money even if you win shows. So all you get is a trophy, a well done, congratulations, and after that, off you go. So if money is what you're after, you would have to turn pro. So what that means is you would have to go to a sanctioned show where they offer what's called a pro card, and you would have to win either your category or whatever it is. And once you have your pro card, then you can compete in pro competitions. And at these competitions, should you win your category or the show, then you would get some money. All right, so that's the number 1 thing. There is no money to be made in the amateur ranks. You win no money. And the second thing that you should really know about before you decide to compete is, not only do you not make money from competing at the amateur level, but it actually costs you money. And what I'm saying here is, think about it this way. You have to buy all this food, okay? Lots of meat, lots of chicken, beef, all the good stuff that you're gonna need to be healthy and to get down to the right shape for a contest. So that's the first thing. You're gonna spend lots of money on food. The second thing is anything to do with travel, accommodation, hotels. If you are looking to compete in somewhere that's not anywhere near you, not in your city or even in your country, then that's going to be another cost added on to competing, especially if you're going to do more than one show. And then there is registration costs. So it costs money to enter a competition, sometimes up to 100, 150, 300 pounds, depending on which federation you're looking to pick. And then there are other little things like picking up board shorts. So board shorts cost money. And then things like getting tanned and things like that, just admin stuff. But once you start adding all these things up, they do amount to a fair bit of money. So I suggest that you maybe compile some kind of Excel spreadsheet, or just write things down and just be aware of how much things are going to cost so that you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. The third thing that you really need to know before you compete is that doing a competition is not going to make you insta famous. So what do I mean by that? If you're a personal trainer, or if you're someone getting into the industry, maybe you think, hey, if I compete, maybe I'll get more exposure and more people will see me and they're going to want to work with me because I look good. Well, I'll be honest, lots of people look good, lots of people have abs, and that's not going to be the game changer for you. That won't make you insta famous. There are thousands of other people that look amazing. So if you are that person, if you're a personal trainer, if you're getting into the industry, if you want exposure, that is not the way to go about it. If you want to compete because you want to see how good you're going to look on stage and things like that, if you're just interested in men's physique or bodybuilding, then I'm all for it and I encourage you to do that. But trust me when I say, you can compete, you can win a show and step on stage and nobody cares. Nothing would have changed. Focus on the right things like marketing and actually caring about your customers and things like that. And that will be a much better way to make money from fitness. Okay, so the fourth thing that you really need to know about is that getting into a competition is not going to build you the physique of your dreams. What I'm saying here is, if you haven't been training for at least 2 to 3 years before you decided to get on stage, I think you should think again. And the reason behind that is that when you're dieting down for a show, you're not building any muscle. If anything, you're probably at risk of losing muscle because you're in a calorie deficit for so long. So unless you're taking drugs, most likely you will be losing muscle. So if you don't have the muscle mass already to look a certain way whilst you're lean, then you're setting yourself up for failure. So if you're looking to be that next transformation that you've seen on Instagram, doing a physique competition is not the way to go about it. What you do want to do is build a solid base of muscle, of overall fitness and athleticism in the gym, And once you've done that, once you're happy with the physique that you've built and you want to showcase that, then you can decide to focus on maybe stepping on stage. And the fifth thing that I think you should really know before you decide to step on stage, and you probably already know this at the back of your mind, is that people who compete, or many people who compete, take drugs. Yes, they take performance enhancing substances, or steroids as you might call them. It's not everyone, but there's a large number of people who do take these drugs, and so you need to bear that in mind before you decide to step on stage. Now, there are some federations that are specifically designed for people who won't take drugs or who are natural or drug free. So if that's something that you're looking to do, I suggest that you go check out these federations first and maybe compete with them. But if you decide to take it to the other route, then be aware that there are going to be lots of people who are going to be taking some of these substances. So if you're not taking these substances yourself, you will be at a disadvantage. All right, so I think that's a wrap. That is all from me today. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this content. And I'm looking forward to see you guys in the next video. See you guys later.